Since 1979, when Americans have looked for what's new, what's hot in the world of products, what's useful, what's going to be on the cutting edge of technology, and what's going to be fun, they have turned to the Sharper image. Well, the Sharper image has come a long way since those early times in 1979. They are one of the largest catalog retailers in the world today. And although they have dozens of retail stores located around the country, there might not be one in your area. So we are bringing the Sharper image direct to you. Richard Thalheimer, the founder and chairman of Sharper Image, is going to be my very special guest. But right now, for your convenience, check out the wide variety of products we're offering you from the Sharper image, including a clock that was standard issue on Russia's nuclear submarine fleet. Wait till you see how it works in home decor, too. I took a little video of my own home. $69.95. It's a one-week movement. Every clock comes with a certificate of authenticity. It's a 5-24M marine clock with a sweep second hand. Wind it up, it goes for a week. It's $69.95, and that is approximately 8 1/4 inches in diameter. Also, how many times has somebody shown up at your front door, but you were in the basement or out in the backyard? Now, there's a wireless door chime from the Sharper image. E3593. It's battery operated. You put the transmitter on the front door, and you can carry the receiver with you or put it someplace where you're liable to be where you can't hear the doorbell. $39.95, and you simply need 2 AAA batteries for the transmitter and 2 AA batteries for the receiver. A real ultrasonic wave cleaner. You've seen some ultrasonic cleaners that do an okay job because they simply vibrate. V2431, the ultrasonic wave cleaner, and you'll see it in just a moment, uses actual ultrasonic waves, and you can put, you ready for this, any jewelry in here with the exception of opals and pearls or anything porous, but any jewelry. So gold, silver, it's going to work just fine because it's true ultrasonic. $79.95, V2431. You can even clean your eyeglasses with this, pens and what have you. You've all heard the benefits of wearing a copper cuff bracelet. Richard Thalheimer had this specially designed for his wife, who suffers with arthritis, and it has become one of the most popular products in the Sharper image catalog. It's $24.95. Cuff style, it'll fit any size wrist. It's J22005. Sharper Image has the worldwide exclusive on the Astro Shooter 2 pinball machine. This is 20 inches in length. Do not confuse this with one of those cheesy little battery-operated things you might find at the 5 and 10 for, you know, 20 or 30 bucks. This gives you real pinball action. We're going to demonstrate it in a couple of moments. $119.95 for this. T1277. For centuries, actually probably for over a millennium, the ancient Chinese have been using these stress balls. According to Chinese traditional medical theory of Jinglo, the main and collateral channels through which vital energy circulates, the 10 fingers are connected to the cranial nerve and vital organs of the human body. Plucking the iron balls with the fingers can stimulate various points in the hand, thus circulating vital energy and blood to the body in harmony, preventing hypertension, relieving fatigue, keeping your brain and body in good health. And they're a very innovative gift. If you're stuck for an idea what to get for someone, $21.95, M1340. How about an upscale pen? This is a Danny Twist pen. It comes in a very elegant hardwood box. $39.95, and it writes like a dream, M1339. How about a Skagen mesh band watch? Men's or ladies available. This is the watch I was wearing last night. J21957. It's a Swiss movement. The watch is completely assembled in Denmark. It is European, wafer thin, very stylish. Great contrast with some of the darker fashion colors in your wardrobe right now. $89.95. And this carry-on bag is as good as it gets. It has a wire frame, so it always stays in shape. And wait till you see all the things you can put in it. I went to New York yesterday with this bag, chock full. In fact, I've recreated that today. I've packed this bag to show you how full it was when I took it with me. $27.99, $69.95. And matching that is a garment bag that will allow you to pack 4 suits, a lot of shirts, sweaters, shoes, even up to size 13s. I've also packed one of these for you to show you the capacity. It's $129.95. It looks like canvas, but it's actually a poly material that's stronger. It's a 600 weight poly combination. So you get the look of canvas, the style of canvas, but lots of durability. $129.95 for F2798. And a motorized tie rack. You know the problem with old motorized tie racks? You had to bolt them or screw them onto the wall, and they always fell off. They always wound up pulling half your drywall off. This one attaches to the rack, right to the pole in your closet. It goes right on the closet, and all your ties are ready to display, and it is whisper quiet. There's even a light, so if it's in one of those dark areas of your closet, you can see the ties. $34.95, V2457. Let me ask you a question. Are you waking up in the morning, you get 8 or 10 hours of sleep, but you're still dog tired? You might not be entering delta sleep, the deepest phase of sleep. The snore control attaches to your wrist. It's battery operated. $59.95. It is brand new to the SHRP image. And what this does is it senses the noise when you snore and vibrates your wrist and actually causes you to change your body position. You don't quite wake up, but you change and turn around and you don't snore. It's virtually sold out at the SHRP image. We got a very special supply of them. V2691, $59.95 for a much better night's sleep. How about a pair of 8 power binoculars that you could put in your jacket pocket? $89.95, F3453. These are already focused. Everything from 40 inches to infinity is always in focus, so you won't miss any of the action in sporting events, bird watching, or what have you. They're armored for durability, so if you drop them, they should be just fine. F3453, $89.95. Want to reduce some stress at the end of a tough day, or just get a little bit of positive relaxation, or a great way even to warm up before you exercise? This is the AccuVibe handheld massager. Has 3 ergonomic attachments. It has an AccuNode massager to speed relief to your shoulders, neck, and calves. It has a very contoured massage head, a flexible spring neck, dual speed, and a removable AccuNode for finger pressure massage. Richard Thalheimer will show us just exactly how well this works. V2429, the AccuVibe handheld massager with those 3 attachments. It plugs into the wall, gives you a very deep, penetrating, effective massage. And that's the rundown here in our first ever SHRP Image Hour. Stay right there. We'll be meeting Richard Thalheimer and talking to him in just a moment.
As part of Diamonique Week, we're bringing you special savings on another creation from the makers of Diamonique Jewelry. Presenting Diamonique Premier Eau de Toilette, a sparkling fragrance rich with hints of feminine florals, fruits, and spices. This week, with any purchase you make, you can save an additional $11 off 2 ounces of this captivating scent. And with it, you'll also receive this eye-catching, attractive 1-carat Marquise-cut Diamonique pendant. Try all the facets of Diamonique, including Diamonique Premier. All this Diamonique Week on QVC.
Just because he has to wear ties doesn't mean they have to be boring. Give him the newest and most exciting silk neckwear designed by popular artists like Peter Max, Marcus Pearson, and more. See them all in the Tie Gallery, premiering late Thursday night at 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific on QVC.
We're live with the chairman and the man who founded the SHRP Image back in 1979. Join me in welcoming Richard Thalheimer to QVC.
Thank you, Steve.
Pleasure to have you here.
You.
I am a SHRP Image shopper. I am sure most of our viewers have shopped with your catalog. I guess a lot of us have wondered, where did the SHRP Image, the whole idea for it, come from?
Actually, started about 17 years ago, believe it or not, when I had one great idea for a running watch, because I was running a lot at the time. And that one watch just sold so well that I just kept finding items, and it became a catalog and in stores.
You have found so many innovative things. I can't wait to hear the story behind this. A Russian submarine clock. This is H7959. It's a 1-week movement. You simply pop it open right over here. Comes with 2 keys, which is nice in case you lose one. You pop it open, take the key, wind it up, and it runs and keeps accurate time, because on a submarine, they were prone to power failures, any sort of problem they might have. They had to know how long they had been down and what have you, and before they had to start replenishing the air supply. And at $69.95, a piece of very innovative home decor, and it even comes with this panel. This is what you do. You take this, screw this onto the wall, and it's a pretty hefty clock, so if you have drywall, you might want to use some hollow wall anchors, and then the clock just rests in those little grooves right there, locks and stays in place.
There's a very interesting story about this clock. We found a factory in Russia that was actually making this clock, and they've been making them for the Russian Navy now for about 20 years, and this clock is shock resistant. So if the submarine is exposed to like a depth charge or sudden waves or something, it doesn't lose any time. So this factory stopped making them when the Cold War ended.
Yes.
So we bought the last of these clocks, and there's only a few thousand of these available, and then they're gone forever.
You know, the average American home, I think I read a study that says, has 9 clocks in it. And that's a fact evidenced by how successful a lot of our clock shows have been on the air. A lot of people are clock collectors. Here's a chance to have a clock that was destined for a Russian, well, Soviet submarine that never came to be.
That's right.
That is something.
Now, they would have a number of these on each submarine. They would have maybe 20 or 30 per submarine. People ask, well, how come if there's a few thousand left, are they going to make a few thousand more submarines? Well, no.
That's true. Well, that's interesting. I guess because in different areas of the sub, you had to keep track.
Right.
I put one of these in my den just to see how it would work. It's a very quiet clock. As a matter of fact, it's a 12-joule movement. That means they use 12, probably corundum, simulated sapphires, as the bearing. So it's very smooth, very quiet. And if you're a collector, every clock comes with the official Russian documentation telling you where this came from, giving you the stamp, the symbol.
Did you notice how heavy this clock is?
I wish.
This is 6.5 pounds of metal. That's how heavy this clock is. It would break the table if you dropped it.
If we dropped it down. That's why I'm being careful, because like I said, it fits right onto.
Right. They made this special wall adapter.
Yep.
Otherwise, you couldn't easily hang it.
Makes it very, very simple. And I have some videotape. Actually, Craig, is that camcorder? Yeah. Well, I want people to see what a great piece of home decor this is, because if you have a den, a recreation room, or a place where you'd like to have a clock besides your VCR, because in most American homes, if we depend on the VCR, then we only know the time of day twice, because it's 12 o'clock. Other than, it's always blinking 12, 12, 12. Have a power failure, you're not quite sure. This clock will let you know. You wind it once a week. Comes with 2 keys.
Yeah, it's actually 8 days.
Oh, an 8-day movement. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
That way you can sort of be a little late on that last day.
All right. I want you to see this. I have a wood paneling in the den. See how nice that fits in with a modern entertainment center, and just it's a very warm and cozy look. And it works with all the rest of the things up in my den, my Fenton art glass and things that are up on the mantle. So it's an opportunity for you to have a clock that, thanks to the end of the Cold War, we're able to have access to. I wish you could feel it. I mean, it is I guess that's an enameled steel case.
Yeah, this is heavy steel, chrome bezel, and the clock is actually designed to work down to 2,000 feet underwater. Isn't that amazing? 2,000 feet underwater.
So you've got a clock that's probably going to outlive all of us here. H7959, a Russian submarine clock at $69.95. Only a few thousand of these in existence, and once they're gone, that will be the end of the line. Richard just said it's one of his favorite products in the whole show. Well, this is, I think, the real hallmark, if you would, of the Sharper image. Innovative, fun products that make sense. This makes sense, because how many times have we all been out in the backyard and there's a special delivery you have to sign for, and you're there, but they don't know you're there because you didn't hear the doorbell. You have to go and wait till the next day and go pick up the package at the post office or what have you, or a friend or neighbor stops by. It's just a nice, secure feeling to know that wherever you are, you take the receiver with you. You need 2 AA batteries for the receiver, 2 AAAs, for the transmitter. You mount the transmitter up on the front door?
Yeah, people have a little trouble understanding this, but it's so simple. This comes with double-sided tape. And you can either stick it up with the tape, or you can use 2 screws in these little 2 holes, top and bottom. Put this at your front door. Then the other part, the receiver, you put anywhere you want. Doesn't matter where you put it. You could put it in your kitchen where mine is. You could carry it with the belt clip on the back here.
That's why it makes sense. I mean, now you're roaming all over the place, especially for the holidays. You're decorating outside, maybe doing that last-minute fall garden work. Clip this baby onto your belt or onto the top of your skirt. You'll always know when somebody's at the door.
Right. And in my house, for example, the doorbell, for whatever reason, stopped working. There was an old house. The wiring wasn't good. So you don't need any wiring with this. You just put this at the front door or the back door. You put the receiver anywhere you want, so you can actually add a new doorbell to your back door, your side door, any place you want. So if you built on another room, it's not wired for a doorbell, you see. And if you want to have 2 of these, you can put one upstairs and one downstairs.
They're all on the same frequency, so if you buy 2, the receiver is going to work with just the one transmitter, and you could have, as you said, put one at the door, one by the patio door.
So that's exactly what I did. I bought 2 of these. I took the 2 receivers, put one upstairs, one downstairs in the basement, and then the doorbells you can put wherever you want. They're all on the same frequency. They all work together.
And you bring up a great point, because since you own an older home, people that have older houses, that doorbell maybe hasn't worked for decades, and by the time you get an electrician to come in and fish the wire through the wall, now all that hassle has been solved. I think it would be a gift for the holidays that would be appreciated. You see how easily this works. It just hooks right up to the front door, no wiring required. I understand this has been very popular in the show and is in very, very short supply. E3593 wireless door chimes from the Sharper Image. A chance to give a great family gift. You know, if you always exchange gifts with your brother or sister, or perhaps the neighbors.
Especially if you're like me, I like to go out in the garage and polish my car and motorcycle, and I never can hear the doorbell in the garage. So you take this with you. You don't have to put this to the wall. You can just carry it.
That is so convenient. E3593, it's $39.95. This is probably the first real ultrasonic jewelry cleaner we've had on the air. If you love jewelry and you have quite a collection, keep in mind there are a couple of different kind of ultrasonic cleaners on the market. Here, let me just move this out of the way so I can get a good shot. There are the ultrasonic cleaners that vibrate, and they shake it, and they do an okay job. And maybe you've seen them, you know, for $30 or $40, and they're all right. This one actually sends ultrasonic waves?
That's right, Steve. Most jewelry cleaners really just vibrate. This jewelry cleaner puts ultrasonic sound through the water, and the difference is you get a much cleaner result. There's a couple interesting points on this machine. First of all, let me just turn it on.
All right.
And you notice here that if we plugged it in, here we did, it's got a timer. This is the only one with a timer, so you can select the number of minutes, and then you can select high or low for really dirty things. And it works several ways. It comes with a beaker like this that you could put the whole thing in like that. And then if you want to put your glasses in, you see, you could drop your entire glasses in.
This is such a
great idea. And pull them out. Or if you want to do dentures, do you have a pair of dentures I could use right now?
Not to give you without great embarrassment.
Now, the way I like to use this is I like to use it without the beaker. Just take the glass of water with any water, with just a drop of soap, okay? Fill it about halfway full.
And this is something that's going to speak loud and clear to our viewers. Water with just a little drop of soap.
Any hand
sterling silver. This is the first cleaner we have offered on the air. You can drop your sterling in with absolute confidence.
Okay, now I've got my wife's wedding ring. I made her give it to me before we went on the air. And I've got Nancy's ring, is one of the merchandise producers. And I'm going to just dial a little time here.
All right.
And let's see if we can get this one working.
Turn it to the high position. Let me make sure we're plugged in and ready to go. I'll trace the cord back and just make doubly certain we are. Okay, there we go. Got it.
So now you actually see the dirt coming off the ring here. See this powder?
Guys, look at this. Can you see it?
I don't think they can see
the
it.
The body oils, you can see them coming off as a. Yeah, you can see it very well. Actually, if I leave,
you actually see what looks like bubbles. That is not bubbles. That is dirt.
That's incredible.
And I have a. I don't know if they can run the backup video of my glasses I did earlier today. But that is a terrific shot of the glasses being cleaned. They may have that queued up, did they?
That's why. Do we have that video, Craig?
While he's looking, let me just tell you one. Okay, now here's an actual. If you look on the monitor there, you'll see the glasses.
All right. Oh yeah.
Now these are some glasses we did in the office the other day. This is an actual shot, and you'll see the stuff coming off in this video right there. You see that, Steve? Look at that. That is not smoke. That is dust. Let's just keep. This is working fine.
Okay, great.
So look at this. See that right there?
Is that
That's
wild?
the actual dirt coming off a pair of glasses being vibrated.
And it's fine if you have, say, like an ultraviolet coating on your glasses, since they're just ultrasonic waves.
Yeah.
You're just going to gently take.
Now, you could put anything in here: dentures, glasses, rings, not opals. Any other piece of jewelry can go in.
How about that?
So that's the dirt coming off a pair of ordinary glasses. Amazing.
That is wild. When you realize how, it's funny, we had a caller on last night, and she was asking how she could clean her silver jewelry. I didn't realize that this, until I came in today, that this is a true ultrasonic cleaner. So absolutely, you have carte blanche, sterling silver, gold, vermeil, anything, your jewelry picks up those natural body oils. I love the glasses demonstration too, because those little nooks and crannies that pick up the little grease and grime just from the natural wear and tear in your face.
I'll tell you one quick funny story. My wife and I had the pleasure to have lunch with some of the royal British monarchy at Kensington Palace. So I took one of these along with me and presented it to them. And we cleaned some jewelry, and it was just terrific. And so now the British royal family is using this to clean
the royal
jewels.
jewelry.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a pretty...
And they loved it because they had never seen a product that would really clean intricate diamond rings.
And this is great because with so many of the vibrating cleaners, you have to buy the special solutions. With this, ordinary tap water and just a drop of like Sunlight or any dish detergent. Oh, can you get a close shot on this? Look at how that came out. I mean, it makes it showroom new. And this from Nancy.
Now this is just in a minute. You really want to give it a good 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, just to give
But
you
you could tell already they're beginning to sparkle like they haven't sparkled for a while.
What a great gift. If you know somebody who loves jewelry and you're not quite sure what kind of a jewelry gift to give them one of the only ultrasonic cleaners around that'll do not only gold, gemstones, but also silver, and do glasses. V2431 at $79.95. Still available, the Chinese enamel stress balls. Where do you see these in operation? $21.95, M1340. Also, the Danny Twist pen at $39.95. That's M1339. It's not only, of course, a copper bracelet, it's just a good-looking piece of jewelry.
It's an interesting story how this got developed. My wife was complaining of tennis elbow. You know, a lot of people get a little arthritis in the elbow or the joints. And there is an old folklore myth that says that copper helps arthritis. So I went to one of our jeweler friends and asked him to make a good-looking copper band bracelet. So this is hammered with a lot of little hammer marks to make it unique. So my wife has been wearing this now for 3 months and has stopped complaining about her tennis elbow.
It's funny, and of course, you and I were talking about this earlier. The biggest healing organ in the body, the biggest healer, is the brain. And as we said earlier, although we can't make any specific medical benefits for a bracelet like this, if somebody has tried everything and nothing is working, and this works, it means it's cut the brain into gear and the endorphins are coming out and it's doing its job.
Well, certainly I figured no one really knows whether copper helps or doesn't help. I hear a pinball.
Yeah, they're setting up the the Astro shooter too.
But the tradition has persisted for several hundred years now, which makes me think there must be something to it.
Boy, it is, and it's a unisex piece because my wrist is about 7.5 inches in circumference, but
we designed this so it would fit men or women, and you can just squeeze it to get your exact wrist because you want the copper to touch your skin.
You have a very petite wrist, you just bring it in. You have a little bit of a larger wrist, you bring it out.
Now, by the way, this is shiny because it's new. For men, I suggest they let it tarnish a little bit. and get worn looking. And for women, you can use any kind of jewelry or silver polish to keep it shiny if you want to.
That's true. We have a product on QVC called Primo Polish. It probably worked very well on this to keep it just bright and sparkling. It does add a new dimension to it, because I think we've all gone to the health food stores and you see these cheesy little ones, and they look like the kind of, I think sometimes they might be pants clips for bicycles that they're selling as copper bracelets. They're the little tiny thin bands. This is a handsome looking piece.
Well, we wanted to come up with something that was a little more interesting, a little higher quality, because the Sharper Image wants to make things just right.
Well, that is something. Now, you have how many catalogs?
We send out a new catalog every month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wild. And it's over 200 million catalogs at this point in time?
That's right, total. We send out about 35 million a year, and we've been doing it for 17 years.
This is such a treat for our viewers right now. By the way, the phone's very busy. The hammered copper cuff bracelet. It's $24.95, J22005. Still available, the watch I was wearing last night. Your choice of the Skagen mesh band watches, men's or ladies. They're instantly adjustable, $89.95. And the Danny twist pen comes in that beautiful wood box, M1339, along with the motorized tie rack at $34.95. This fits right over the top of a closet pole. I mean, you and I are of the same generation. I grew up with pinball. I don't know from video games. I mean, that's a whole other generational thing. This, we were playing with it backstage and having the best time. This simulates the action of a full-size arcade pinball machine. It does it in your home. You plug it into the wall. By the way, it's DC. It has a DC converter. So it plugs in, has a very safe low voltage, and it's $119.95. And turn it on.
Let me get this fired up here for you.
Oh, sure, the high score is 492,000.
Now you got a bumper on this side and this side, and once you get your ball going,
here we go.
You're in action here.
All right. The bumpers are so sensitive. Look at that, and the flippers.
Now you got 5 balls before your score ends.
Oh, big. All right, let that baby go. This is another. Nice to know I haven't gotten any better over the years at this. But the kind of a thing you put in your rec room.
Poor Steve. Let me try.
All right, go for it. Here. All right. I love it. He's cleaning my clock and he's doing it backwards. This is great. This is the kind of a fun a family would have. All right. Okay. I got something.
That's good.
All right, you want to take this last?
I got to tell you one quick story about this. You know, we have these products in our stores, and some of our stores get enormous traffic.
Yes.
And this product takes thousands of people pounding it every day and still never breaks. It's one of the most durable products we have ever sold in our history.
Now, I've been in a couple of your stores, even in the Manhattan store, because that's just a throng of humanity that goes through there on a daily basis.
And it's hard to believe that a product that isn't that expensive can take thousands of people playing on it, and yet it does. And we're so pleased with the quality of this product.
I look at this as parental self-defense, because the kids sit down with you with, you know, the video mega death games, and they're racking up 9 billion points, and you get 4, and your guy gets wiped out. Here's a chance for the whole family to get together, a nice bit of nostalgia.
That's right.
An excellent thing, whether it goes in a den, a recreation room, maybe if somebody has a little getaway. You maybe have a shop in the back of the house where you just go and close the rest of the world out. A nice way to sit down and forget about the problems of the day. And this product, it's so nice we have it on QVC because this one's exclusive to Sharper Image.
This is a total world exclusive to the Sharper Image. And one thing nice about this, unlike some, is this works on a battery, not a battery, but a AC power.
Battery.
So you plug it into your wall, plug it into the product, so you don't have to keep replacing batteries all the time.
That's true. That's true. I'm impressed with the double flippers. I mean, that has all the marks of a pro machine here.
It's really a nice machine.
There we go.
Here's your last ball.
All right. I'm going to make this one count. Well,
Oh.
well, maybe I think that high score is in no danger at the moment. It electronically keeps score, keeps track. You can set the high score, so you always have a, I think somebody inflated that. Actually, probably some 8-year-old back there that did 492. But think of the fun your family will have sitting down. It's the middle of the winter, it's raining or snowing, or maybe a combination of both. And you're sitting around, you've got some great music on the stereo, or a party going on.
That's right.
How many people have thrown a party where your friends come over, and after a couple of hours, and everybody's sort of done talking shop, it's sort of like, now what do we do? This would be a nice way to really liven up any sort of gathering. 1995 T1277, a Sharper Image exclusive. You still have the opportunity to dial in for the carry-on bag. I give this absolute thumbs up. This thing, like I said, it's not indestructible, but it's about as close as I've seen. Wait till you see how full we have it packed. And a nice companion to that, Richard designed this personally, doing all the world traveling that he has to do to find these products. He needed a killer garment bag, and that's exactly what this is. F2798, $129.95. They're almost mesmerizing. Also, they're a beautiful gift. I mean, what a presentation you'll make, because they come in this fabric-covered box, and you get the 2 balls for $21.95. So somebody opens this up, they take it, pop it, and they come in, and it's that hand-enameled Chinese dragon design.
Right. And you notice that they have 2 different tones. That's one. So there's a high and a low tone. Can you hear that?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And these have been around for centuries.
Centuries, 700 years to be exact.
Wow.
They're used for stress relief and for improving your manual dexterity.
We did pretty good there.
So you have to learn to do this. And you and I have both learned to do it with the right hand.
Yeah.
I'm not sure either one of us have learned the left yet.
Left's a little tricky. Now, I have all those years of guitar and banjo, so I have a little bit better,
Then you have to learn to go the other way, which I can't do at all.
But, you know, I had these on the train the other day, and I was just me sitting in a compartment alone, and I was just working with them, and I was surprised at how peaceful it was. Just the sound of the tracks clicking by,
That's right.
and the problems of the day seemed to sort of dissipate.
They have a very nice tone to them. They're actually enameled. It looks like cloisonne. It looks like fine cloisonne.
It really does.
But it's actually enameled, and they're very durable. You know, they don't chip or anything. They last forever. They've got a lot of weight to them.
Well, this is...
Feel real good.
And like you said, it's been around for 700 years.
Amazing.
What's the whole idea behind these?
Well, I think there's a lot of Eastern therapies or Eastern techniques for healing that are different than Western techniques.
Yes.
And they really believe that centering the mind or relaxing yourself has a lot to do with your inner peace and getting well or staying well. So this has to do with that whole science of centering yourself.
And that makes such good sense, because I noticed that to be able to do this and to get the 2 distinct tones as you work them in your hands, you have to focus. And everything else in your life, it's the most wonderful form of meditation. Everything else goes away.
But you can use these while you're on the telephone or watching television.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think they're really great. Now, I actually like the box. This is a wooden box that's covered with silk brocade is what this is, which is very pretty. These are made in mainland China. Very nice little gift.
This is the kind of a thing you're really stuck for a gift for your boss or an executive somewhere.
Right.
You want to give them something that they're not going to have, something that, actually until the Sharper Image, I only ever knew one person who had a set of these, and she got them in Thailand. I had never seen them in this country until seeing them in your catalog.
Interesting.
So, a very nice...
You know, one funny thing is you tend to think of this maybe as a more feminine product, and yet the men that I let touch these never want to give them back. Isn't that funny?
And what you do, you're trying to get both distinct sounds as you do it. And I notice I have to slow my speech pattern down, because you truly have to concentrate. It's a wonderful centering. It's the, I think Jingolo is the, or Jingulo, I guess, the Chinese theory behind these, as you said, of centering, of making sure that you're just shutting everything down and concentrating on you for a little bit. M1340, the Chinese enamel stress balls, at $21.95. Still have the opportunity to dial in for the snore control. This is virtually sold out at the Sharper Image itself. We got a supply of them, It'll help you to get a better night's sleep. V2691 straps onto your wrist. We'll give you a full demonstration later on in the show. $59.95. And those armored binoculars, 8 by 21 power, for $89.95. And we're live with Richard Thalheimer, founder and chairman of the Sharper Image. I have received so many compliments on this watch. If you're a watch collector and you want something truly out of the ordinary with that wafer-thin European styling.
The thinness on this watch is really outstanding.
That is wild, and it is ultimately adjustable.
There's a couple things I look for in a watch. First of all is you want to have a mineral glass crystal. That means it's not plastic, it's actually glass, so that doesn't scratch. Secondly, you want a quartz movement, which this is, because quartz is accurate to, what, 4 seconds a month?
Yes.
Or about 60 seconds a year. So you get a high degree of accuracy. And then thirdly, you want the nice thin comfort. And this particular mesh band is very flexible. You notice how it just practically drapes like cloth. So it's very comfortable. There's nothing to grab a hair or to pull. And then that's a good shot right now of the adjustable clasp.
Right there.
You take any paper clip, pop that open, slide it up or down so it instantly is sized for the gift recipient or for yourself the moment you get it. You don't have to go to a jeweler or fool around with that or wait.
And that's one of the great disappointments on any gift-giving occasion, especially on Christmas morning. There's nobody open to size your watch. You know, if I were a jeweler, I'd open up on Christmas Day and say special on watch sizing, but they don't do that. This way it's sized automatically, and if you gain a couple of pounds or you've had a pretty heavily sodium-laden meal, you're packing on a little bit extra water, this will adjust right along with you. And the ladies is as sharp can be. This is the kind of watch that if you love silver jewelry would be perfect. But with this year's fashion colors, with the, or lack thereof, with the stark contrast of black and white and the darker, more dramatic shades, that is beautiful. I mean, I have a black suit on. You just get the idea.
You know, there are two distinct sizes. You know, there is the man's and the woman's.
Yes.
Now, some women like the larger size, and because of the adjustable band, you can use that one.
That's a great point.
Because a lot of women like that look of a big watch, but if they like the woman's size, it's there. It's the same watch, smaller, same accuracy, same movement.
And the ladies will fit up to about a 7 3/4 inch wrist. The man's up to about an 8 1/2 inch wrist.
Yeah. Oh, and we didn't say, I think one of the nicest things about this watch is it's made in Denmark.
Yes.
This is a Danish design. It is made in Denmark. It has a Swiss movement, we noticed earlier, because we were looking at that on the show. So it is a Switzerland quartz movement, but it's actually made in Denmark, which I think is a wonderful story.
It's a great gift piece if somebody loves wristwatches and you want to get them something truly out of the ordinary. $89.95, and we head off to the phone lines and say, hi, welcome to QVC, you're live with Richard Thalheimer.
Good evening, Steve.
Good evening. What's your name, where do you live, please?
My name is Thiele from Seattle, Washington.
Thiele, welcome. Let me introduce you to Richard.
Hello.
How do you do?
Thiele, what should we talk about tonight?
Oh, your snore machine.
All right.
That's my favorite product. So you asked about the right product. I appreciate that.
I walked in the door, flipped the TV on, and there was this snore thing, so I didn't realize how it was going to work. I just know I wanted to try it quick.
You know, years ago, we sold a snore prevention machine, and that company, unfortunately, went out of business. This was years and years ago. So for years, I wanted to make a really good snore machine. So about a year ago, I started personally working with our in-house engineer to design the new snore control. And that is a wrist-like product, we'll show you close up in just a moment, that actually listens to your snoring. And when you snore at night, it vibrates your arm with a fairly strong vibration. Doesn't hurt you, but it gets you to sort of turn over or move while you're half asleep.
It just, what is it, wiggle your skin?
Gentle vibration, Thiele.
Oh.
It's actually not so gentle. It's a fairly strong vibration on your wrist. Doesn't hurt you, but it's strong enough to get you to wake.
Make you move.
Not wake, but sort of half wake and turn or toss, and that stops the snoring. And we have been testing this now for about 4 months in the Stanford University Sleep Laboratory. We have 70 people sleeping with this product, and it's been getting very good results. About 80% of the time, it will stop people from snoring. The reason I say 80 is some people, quite frankly, need to wear 2 of them. If they're really heavy, they're over 250 pounds.
Yeah, anyway, good luck with it.
Well, thank you. I am anxious to try it so I could get some sleep.
Well, are you married to somebody that's disturbing you?
Yes.
Well, this is the most common...
But both of us really do snore.
I get letters from people telling me this has saved their marriage.
Oh, wow. Hey, it makes, again, like products from all products in the SHRP image, it just has a logic about it. How nice to be able, and it vibrates just enough so you don't wake up, you just turn over and change your position so the mouth will close up and you won't be breathing. Feely, best possible luck with it. I hope we get a chance to chat again.
All righty. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
At the moment, your choice of Skagen mesh band watches, they're $89.95. That's J21957. Coming up in Practical Presents, we have the Holiday Grip Strength Buster. It's a Holiday Grip Stress Buster Strength Builder, $17.86, V2470. Over 50,000 grips have been ordered, and this is the brand new Holiday Grip done in those holiday shades. There are 3 firmness. Red is the softest, medium is in the middle, green is the medium, and the white is the most firm. It's V2470, $17.86. We'll be taking your grip stories coming up in the next hour. But this is the brand new Holiday Grip, red, green, and white. What a wonderful stocking stuffer that would make, and a one-time only, because today's special value, remember I told you, today's special value wouldn't make it into too much daylight. It sold out at 9 o'clock this morning. The one-time only we have will be a Lloyd's AM/FM clock radio with a thermometer. AM/FM clock radio thermometer for just $19.29, E3594. Those both up with a lot more in Practical Presents just about 15 minutes from right now. We'll start off with the carry-on bag. I am more than impressed by this. It's F27.99. It's $69.95. First of all, you put a wire frame in it so that you can carry it with just a few things in, or carry it jammed to the gills. And I'm going to unpack this right now. I'll just zip this out.
I'm curious what's in here, because
this went to New York with me yesterday, and I had to take an extra pair of slacks. Actually, those were the traveling slacks. I spoke at the Columbia School of Business. They gave me a sweatshirt, so I had to bring that home. And I took about 50 pounds of books that I was reading. It was a seminar, so I just want you to see.
Now this looks like a great book.
Oh, thank you. But this is exactly how this got packed. Now the book
who's this guy?
I have no idea who this is.
Handsome guy.
Craig, can we show what's coming out of the bag here? Can we show what's coming out of the bag right over in this direction? Because I want you to see what was in this bag. And I'm gonna, if you'd hold the table down, okay? I'm gonna start putting it back in just to give you an idea of the capacity of this on F27.99. All of this plus the camcorder went into this bag. So this went in, this goes in. I was so impressed not only with the capacity, but with how well this bag carried once everything was in it, because everything on it is extra heavy duty, is it not?
It is. Well, actually, I designed both of these together because I wanted a bag, first of all, that would never break. I can't stand it when you're traveling, and you go all the way to Hawaii or the Caribbean, and you get there and your strap's broken. That drives me crazy. Yes. So the first thing we did was get extra heavy duty webbing, and then on the garment bag in particular, as well as on the carry-on, if you look at this garment bag, you notice there are 16 bolts, Steve, right across the top of here. Look at this. Each bolt is a metal bolt with a nut on the underside so that the handle can never, ever break. That is so important. The second thing.
And this is, it looks like canvas, but it's really a 600 weight.
Yeah, people want the look of canvas today, but they don't want the problems of canvas. So this is a poly canvas. It's synthetic, which is actually good because it's stronger. It is not affected by water. You can get it in the rain, doesn't hurt it. You can put it down in a puddle by accident, it's okay. And most importantly, this holds a huge amount of stuff, doesn't it?
Wait till you see what's in here, because I've got about a week's worth of clothes in here, and this isn't even breathing hard. We're going to unpack this one for you in just a moment. Now, you personally designed this.
Well, I personally designed it because I'm always frustrated when I travel. I want to get to a hotel room, unclip the two sides, that's all there is. There's no funny zipper that you got to fight to get all the way around. So you hang it up. Let's see which end has the hanger here.
Right
this
here.
end here. Oh, Steve, you've got so much stuff in here. I can't believe it.
Is this wild?
This is the funny. When you hang this up now, every single pocket on the entire bag on both sides is right side up. So you can live out of it like a dresser if you want. You can just literally unzip any single zipper anywhere. Nothing will ever fall out because every pocket is facing the right way, which most garment bags aren't.
So it saves you time both ways because this is a carry-on. This goes right into the cabin of the airplane.
It will fit above. That's right.
That's terrific. And I want you to see this.
Both of them are.
Actually, I guess it's best if, could you hold that just for a second?
Oh,
and I will.
well, I've never.
In the roll of the closet, all right, there are.
I don't believe how much stuff is in here.
4 shirts. But we're not done yet. Now you have, I'm going to go to the front here again. You have size 13 shoes, and you designed the shoe pockets for real people, so they'll fit.
I'm one of the few people that has size 13 shoes, so I had to get a garment bag that would actually hold size 13 shoes, which is what this does.
One pair, it'll hold up to 4 pair of shoes.
That's
I
right.
put 2 pair of shoes and a pair of sneakers in here. But wait a minute, we're not done yet. Okay, that's it for that side. Flip it around.
Now, one of the things people also say about this bag a lot, and I think is real important, is it's very light. So if you don't have much in it, it doesn't weigh hardly anything. And if you add a lot to it, I can't believe you brought all this. You're only carrying the clothes. You're not carrying that much weight because the entire bag is under 7 pounds.
That's great. And there's a compartment in here for
So this
wet
is for wet
clothes,
stuff.
Dirty laundry. That's perfect.
Or you can put your dirty stuff here if you want to separate
Excellent.
it and keep your wet
You want it
swimsuit
to
in
breathe.
here.
Boy, this has such a logic about it. All right, we'll close this back up.
Now also, the women always want a bag that's longer. So we have a special sleeve. You'll see that when you get down there.
Okay, we'll come around and open it
Where's
right
our zipper?
from, I think it's right down to that side. All right, why don't I hold and you pull the, I'll trade duty with you here.
So this falls down.
Right.
You got 2 hooks here. Most
Here we
people
go.
give you 1. This has 2.
Take that out, take that out.
I can't believe all this. You had brought the wooden hangers, not the
I
wire ones.
put wooden that's because you had that extra big hook in here.
did.
There's 1 suit, there's another
2.
suit, there's a 3rd suit, and it would have held a 4th one without a problem.
So if you're a woman, you've got a long dress, you pull it through here and through the bottom, and then when you wrap it around, it'll stay nice and neat when you travel.
That's sharp.
This is for neckties or anything you want to put in it or toiletries.
Now
So you
that
forgot your
is-
neckties.
I was going to say, how many times have you traveled with your tie and it falls down to the bottom and it winds up all wrinkled and crinkly?
Exactly.
This is a sharp bag. It's a kind of a bag where normally you'd expect to pay a couple of $100 plus.
So what I
for a
do is,
garment bag
I
like
get
this.
to the hotel room, I take out my hanging stuff, I hang it up so it can unwrinkle,
Right.
and then I leave everything else in here. I never put it in a drawer, and I use this as the dresser because every pocket opens up. You can live out of it.
It is a
Terrific
sharp
bag.
piece of luggage. It's $129.95, F27.98. And of course, don't forget the carry-on. You saw how much stuff we got into that, and there was still room for more. $69.95, F27.99. Still available in the show, the AccuVibe handheld massager, and that is $89.95. That's V2429. And limited quantity in the Russian submarine clock, $69.95. That's H7959. I just wanted you to see this with 50 pounds of stuff in it, and it's just fine and perfect right over your shoulder, right here. So it's just that's one solid piece of luggage. And this, did you ever buy one of those cheesy little things you had to staple or screw into your wall, and it rips half the drywall out, and it sounds like a 737 taking off when you run it? This hooks right up to your closet pole. It's V2457, a motorized tie rack for $34.95. You just need 2 D-cell batteries, but that's it. It clips right onto the pole.
Yeah, we made this real simple. You unscrew these 2 little screws up here, put the cap on, screw the 2 screws back, and then it's on your closet rod. Or if you wish, you can mount it underneath the cabinet, or it comes with hooks to go to any wire shelf. And here's the reason this product is different than the competition. There's that one little cheap product that's been out for a decade. It's not very good, quite frankly. But the biggest complaint is it wakes up the sleeping person. So we made this one quiet. This one is the quietest motorized tie rack on the market.
Listen to this, or actually the lack of sound you're about to hear. Give it a whirl.
I mean, you will know you can barely hear that.
Is that great?
I don't know if they can hear that on the air or not. You can just barely hear it.
Just a hint,
Yeah.
and that's how silent it'll be in your home. Plus, there's a light that comes down, so if you're in the dark, you don't have to turn the light on and wake up the other person, and you know exactly what tie you're going to have. It holds 60 men's
60.
ties. It's $34.95, and if you know somebody who has a lot of those great, well, SHRP Image sells a lot of great neckwear, the Jerry Garcia ties and others, and we have the tie button ties here on QVC. So if you have quite a wardrobe of neckwear now, you don't have to, and how many guys do this? You take that cheesy wire hanger and you put your ties over it, and all you have to do is bump the closet or your clothes a little bit, and 3 or 4 ties hit the floor, and you don't see it for a couple of weeks.
And now you can also put belts. If the loops are not too huge, you can just hang your belt on these little prongs. You see there's a point there specifically for belts. And people often ask, well, how long do the batteries last? Because this is running on 2D batteries. And I can honestly say I've used this in my closet for up to 2 years without changing the batteries. So that's really an efficient use of battery power too.
It is, and it's such a convenience because in the morning, especially, and there's sort of this universal guy problem, like you're not exactly sure what tie is going to go with what. The light will come down, you'll get a good view of the color and the design on your neckwear. Ties, belts, and hooks onto any closet pole or under any shelf or on any wire rack. The 2457 is $34.95 as we go to the QVC Lucky Number Machine.
A new 4-digit lucky number is drawn every hour on the QVC cable shopping channel. Every time that number matches either the first 4 digits or the last 4 digits of your QVC membership number, and you notify us by phone that you have a match before the next lucky number is drawn, your QVC account will be credited with 10 shopper dollars, and you will also be automatically entered in all 5 of the next day's $1,000 QVC shopping spree drawings. If you don't already have a membership number, get yours now. It's completely free, no purchase necessary, and there's absolutely no obligation. Just call toll-free 1-800-345-1515, and a QVC membership number will be assigned to you on the phone.
4869. 4869, current QVC lucky number. And at the moment, the motorized tie rack, the QVC price, $34.95. And let's do this. Let's take a look at all the products we have available. It is last call. 500 Russian submarine clocks have been ordered so far. $69.95, an 8-day wind movement. A real nice bit of nostalgia and fun bit of home
12 jewel
decor.
movement, actually.
That's true. 12 jewel, 8-day at $69.95. The wireless door chime, $39.95. About 2/3 of those have been ordered. What's going to happen? I think people wanted to see everything close up and in person, so a lot of folks are going to start dialing in here toward the end of the show. E3593, $39.95. I say that because you might want to get your call in early. An ultrasonic wave cleaner. Only a few of these, a handful of these remain in the system. Gold, silver, gemstones, eyeglasses. It cleans them all and does it with true ultrasonic waves. No special solutions, just water and a little drop of soap. $79.95. The Astro Shooter 2 pinball machine. The fun of a real arcade machine that fits into even a smaller room. $119.95. T1277. And the Chinese enamel stress balls. Over half of these have been ordered, $21.95, M1340, a very innovative gift. Now, we didn't see this close up and in person. It's the Danny Twist Pen, $39.95. Comes in that wooden case, and that is not an endangered tropical wood. That's actually a plantation grown.
We did a lot of work with this case. This is a beautiful gift case, and guys or women really like getting this product because the case is so beautiful. It looks like, quite frankly, a $60 or $100 pen.
It does.
And it's only about $40, so it's a really nice pen. It's got a twist top so you don't lose the cap. That's why it's called Twist. You don't have to worry about taking the cap off and losing it. You just twist, the ballpoint comes out. It's a nice pen. It uses standard refills, so you can get those at any pen shop.
Great.
Very nice pen, very nice gift. It looks like a lot of money for what it is priced at.
It does, for $39.95, and very limited, probably going to sell out in the review. The Vitesse carry-on bag has a wire frame, so I don't care if you have 2 things in it, it's still going to carry well either with the handles or that extra wide carrying strap, giving you the look of canvas but the strength of a poly material. And personally designed by Richard himself, the garment bag. This is, you know what else we didn't mention when we were on the garment bag? This is wider, just a hair wider than most garment bags.
That's right.
So your suits don't crinkle up at the shoulders as they ordinarily would. It'll hold easily a couple of weeks worth of clothes. $129.95 F27.98 in very short supply. And our motorized tie rack, very popular in the show, $34.95 V2457. Richard was telling me it's most popular gift
This
item?
is, if anybody's looking for the gift for a guy for Christmas, this is the most popular gift a man can get, is the motorized tie rack. Women probably don't understand this until they give a guy one, but guys love being able to hit the button and see all the ties spin around.
It is, it's just such a convenience and a time saver. You add up the time you spend rooting for those ties that are draped over that one hook on the wall, really can save you some serious time. And also, in very short supply, the snore control, I'm sorry we didn't get to us close up and in person. Good chance that'll be selling out in the
Let me just mention two things about it.
Please, go ahead.
It fits on your wrist. It looks just like the picture. It's a little bit larger than a wristwatch, but not much. It's got two controls, on and off, and sensitivity. So you adjust the sensitivity for where you want it, and then when it hears the snoring, it vibrates you. And you will many times eliminate your snoring problem wearing this. It's very comfortable to wear, a nice wide band. It's very comfortable on the wrist.
Excellent. And of course, researched at the Stanford Sleep Clinic, so a lot of medical science backing that one. Also, those water-resistant compact binoculars. I have a pair of cheesy little 7-power binoculars that are about 3 times the size of these. Think about it. Now when you go to the concert or the sporting event, you're way up there in the nosebleed section. You get a clear view of the action, and plus, these will fit in your inside jacket pocket, and still with room for your sunglasses. They are tiny. Carrying case is included, $89.95. They're armored, so if they take a little tumble, they're going to be very durable. E3453. And
this is a great product.
this, I had a chance to play around with this. This is so powerful and so soothing. The massage, you know, people have bought, you know, a cheap little vibrator or massager, and it just didn't do the trick. This is a powerful, penetrating massage. $89.95 V2429.
Most massagers actually vibrate your hand. This is designed so only the head vibrates. Your hand doesn't have to vibrate, just the head vibrates. And then it comes with an attachment for your skin as well. That brush attachment vibrates, takes off dead skin cells. So you can sort of make your skin look fresh and
exfoliate,
clean.
naturally exfoliate.
You know the words.
Yes,
I didn't know the words.
Great idea. I work with Victoria Principal. I learned it from her. J22005, the hammered cuff copper bracelet. All the design you'd want from a nice looking piece of jewelry, and all the possible benefits of wearing a copper bracelet. $24.95 for that. And also in short supply, like I said, a lot of people are waiting until the end of the show to see just what we had. Your choice of those mesh band watches. I'll be wearing it for the rest of the evening, men's or ladies. Actually, I should say large or small available, because a lot of ladies would like the
It's
large.
a great looking watch. Made in Denmark, beautiful watch. Well, looks good on you. Maybe you'll make it look good. I'm not sure which.
No, thank you. This is a sharp looking watch. Richard, thank you.
My pleasure.
Come back. This is such a landmark hour for us to have you and the sharper image on. Hope to see a lot more innovative ideas from you right here at QVC.
All right.